Buyurun.
Please be seated. My august people, distinguished heads of states and governments and speakers of parliament, distinguished representatives of international institutions, distinguished members of the parliaments, ministers, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to salute you all with my most heartfelt emotions and with respect. Today, we are observing two joyous occasions with you. We are celebrating the official inauguration of Istanbul Airport, which is one of the biggest airports of the world, with our distinguished friends coming from abroad. I hope and pray that the Istanbul Airport will be auspicious for the world, for our region, and for our country. And at the same time, we are marking the 95th anniversary of the founding of the Republic of Turkey, which is a matter of pride and joy that we are living all together. May we celebrate the 95th anniversary of the founding of the Republic of Turkey forever. I would like to first and foremost take this opportunity to thank the President of Albania, Mr. Meta, the President of Kyrgyzstan, Mr. Jambekov, President of Kosovo, Mr. Taci, the President of the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, Mr. Akıncı, the President of Macedonia, Mr. Ivanov, Mr. Dodon, the President of Moldova, the President of Pakistan, Mr. Alvi, the President of Serbia, Mr. Vučić, the President of Sudan, Mr. al-Bashir, the President of Bosnia and Herzegovina, Mr. Zvitvić, the Prime Minister of Bulgaria, Mr. Borisov, and the Speaker of the Azerbaijani Parliament, Mr. Asadov, all of the ministers, all of the heads of delegations, and the representatives of the international institutions, and all of our guests coming from abroad, I would like to thank you for being here together with us. Of course, I also would like to refer to the plane crash that took place in the early hours of this morning in Indonesia, and I would like to extend my condolences to the entire Indonesian people. May the fallen rest in peace. Ladies and gentlemen, Istanbul is not only our biggest city, but it is the most valuable brand of our country. The famous poet once wrote ever so beautifully the following: "This city of Istanbul is such a city that a price cannot be put. The entire world can be sacrificed for just a stone of hers. It is such a pearl in between two seas that it can only measure up to the value of the sun." If I need to repeat it with the modern Turkish language, I should state the following. Yes, this spectacular monument that was built on the city that is priceless was called Istanbul. May it be auspicious. the Atatürk Airport in the district of Yeşilköy, once after this airport starts running fully operational, will be close to commercial flights. However, it will protect its title as an airport. Atatürk Airport will be housing aviation expos and other similar activities. And the airport will preserve its name as Atatürk Airport. Other than these activities, the various plots inside the Atatürk Airport, as we have promised and pledged, will be used as gardens of the people, and it will be open to the service of the people of Istanbul. However, the closed areas God willing, will be converted into the biggest expo of Istanbul and the entire Turkey. That's why that is going to be the Atatürk Airport, and this airport is going to be named as the Istanbul Airport. May the name of our new airport be auspicious. Distinguished guests, when we have embarked upon this journey to build the Istanbul Airport back in the year 2013, and when we had awarded the tender, as Speaker of the Parliament Binali Yıldırım mentioned a short while ago, we know that many people were curious whether we could finalize this project or not. I know these lands when trees used to flourish here, and I know when the rock mines and coal mines were scattered all around. And when we were flying on board the helicopter to explore these lands, we decided to build the airport here, but it was not going to be enough because all of these holes and all of these mines had to be rehabilitated. The new minister, Mr. Cahit, will have to be ready because the new northern highway can only be constructed as a result of the voids rehabilitated. The surrounding areas will have to be refurbished, and these new lands will have to be converted into urban lakes, for example, so that while traveling on the highways, the passengers can watch the lakes and enjoy the trees. And it is going to please people as they travel and as they navigate. Back in May 2015, when the land was allocated and the construction was initiated, people seemed to be quite keen on their hesitations. A couple of days ago, on a TV broadcast, I saw a person who was very proud of himself. And the rumor has it that these lands would collapse, and this structure would collapse with it accordingly and along with it. He was criticizing the technology and he was criticizing the soft terrain underneath the construction, but today's technology allows you to build very resilient and powerful structures. These opportunities avail themselves to us thanks to the most fangled technological marvels that we have employed in the construction of this architectural monument. So, such rumors are redundant. May we praise Allah. From the financing to the construction, in every dimension, this is a unique structure in an unprecedented fashion, and we are proud today to officially inaugurate the first phase of this marvel, which is a gigantic accomplishment. This project will consist of a total of 4 phases, and the first phase, which is officially inaugurated today, has a passenger capacity of 90 million per annum. Once all of the stages shall be completed, 150 passengers per annum will be using this airport, and the capacity, if need be, can be increased up to 200 million passengers per annum. This airport has been constructed on a total land area of 76.5 million square meters, with 3 runways within the first phase. A total of 6 runways will be available, with parallel taxi trajectories, and the closed areas will consist of 2 million square meters, and the aprons will be 6.5 million square meters in total, and the railway systems will connect different terminals and different structures. There will be civil aviation terminals along with cargo terminals, and they will be open and closed parking lots to support the capacity of passengers, along with the auxiliary units, the social facilities, and it still is a spectacular and a marvelous structure to be proud of. Within the second phase of the project, there will be eastern and western parallel runways and taxiing grounds, and within the third phase, there will be the second terminal building, additional runways, additional aprons, and a new taxiing trajectory. And in the final phase, there is going to be an additional terminal building, a parallel runway, taxiing grounds, and an additional apron. And all of these phases will be constructed until the year 2028. So for the next decade or so, this airport will continue expanding. This is going to be a smart and a fully environmental friendly structure that can generate its own energy. And it is going to be an unprecedented project which will see 120,000 personnel working day and night for all of the services to be catered to. Every unit in this airport will be exceeding the international standards and the specifications, and they have been designed to meet the latest technological requirements. There will be alternative transportation means introduced using maritime, the railways, and the highways, leading all the way to the city center. In terms of air traffic control and the safety, many innovative projects will be introduced. This project has a total investment value of 10,247 million euros, and the total rent to be paid to the state is in the region of 22 billion euros, exempt of taxes. We are talking about an economic scale of 32.5 billion euros. 4.5 billion euros of financing for the first phase had been provided through Ziraat Bank, Vakıf Bank, Halkbank, and other 3 private Turkish banks, and I attach great significance to this accomplishment. Such a financing method was employed for the first time in this project, although this project was awarded a loan format in the international standards. In the financing of this project, there is no treasury guarantee or there are no pledges introduced whatsoever. For the first 12 years of the operation of this project, 342 million euros were pledged for the prospective international passengers which will use these grounds. It is just a symbolic figure in amongst the total value of this investment. As you can see, with the architecture, with the construction, and with the operation, along with the financing introduced here for the first time, it is going to be a matter of pride and joy for us. It will be the apple of our eye, and it is going to be an example in its own account and in its own accord on a global scale. Therefore, I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone involved in the realization of this project, from our public institutions to our banks, from the undertaking companies to the contractors, from the engineers, and more importantly, to the workers. Distinguished guests, geographically speaking, our country, especially Istanbul, had always been a strategic location. And with the official inauguration of Istanbul Airport, Turkey has become the most significant transit hub in the northern and southern, in the eastern and western axis. In this vast geography that our new airport addresses, you will find 60 countries and $20 trillion worth of economies intertwined. And as the entire country, we are going to use this as a very important hub. We have a key role to play in the integration of global economies, and we are taking a step forward in doing so. That's why Istanbul Airport is not a major service to our country, but it is a major service to our region and to the rest of the world. With energy and water conservation and efficiency, we will be able to save 40% of energy, and with the new management interfaces and modules introduced in a smart fashion, this is going to be a smart airport which will speak out to the future of the world. And with the operations here in the new Istanbul Airport, the aerial traffic around Europe will have to be redefined. Istanbul will be the most important transfer hub. That's why the destination of the intercontinental flights will majorly change. This will be a historical structure due to its location and due to its features, and it is no coincidence that this monument was built in our country. Especially in the last 16 years, Turkey has been preparing itself to embrace the new future that was ahead of us, beginning with education to healthcare, transportation to energy, with the undertaking of gigantic investments in every realm possible. Our accomplishments in the aviation industry is a success story in its own accord. For example, the number of the airports in Turkey reached 56 from 26, with the addition of 30 new airports. There are those which are still underway, and the number of the airports in the future will exceed 64. The number of the international destinations reached 316 from 60. We are number one in terms of the destinations that we fly out to. We are ranking number one on a global scale. The number of the countries we are flying to reached 122 from 50, and the number of the wide-body aircrafts reached 506 from 162. Thanks to all of our endeavors, the turnover of our aviation industry reached $25 billion from $2.2 billion. And we had experienced similar accomplishments in various fields. And these accomplishments have occurred despite all of the provocation, all of the manipulations, and all of the traps that we had to neutralize, and all of the attacks that we had to endure, especially in the last 5 years. Today, Turkey ranks number 17th on a global scale in terms of the size of her economy vis-a-vis the GDP, and in terms of purchasing power parity, we are ranking number 13 on a global scale. And we owe this thanks to the motivation we owe to the strong bond we have forged with our nation and with our people and with our state. Just like back on July the 15th, we have owned up to our sovereignty and our future, and we are walking towards a very confident and a hopeful future, and we are very determined to follow the path that leads to our goals, which will all be realized. Ladies and gentlemen, on the 95th anniversary of the founding of the Turkish Republic, we are still committed to accomplishing our goals to mark the centenary of our Republic in 2023. And we are once again motivated and strengthened with the inauguration of this monument in your presence. And I would like to congratulate the founding of the Republic once again, i.e. the Republic Day. Primarily Mustafa Kemal Atatürk and all of the statesmen, all of the martyrs, all of the veterans, all of our unspoken of heroes that made our War of Independence a story of glory and triumph. I would like to commemorate them ever so fondly and respectively, and I would like to say, may they forever rest in peace, and may Allah praise their souls. All of the heroes fall in order to make our lands survive and prevail forever and ever. These are the famous words of a poem that I would like to reiterate. In order for us to prosper, in order for us to live in peace, inside and outside of our borders, in order for the state to prevail forever, these unspoken of heroes sacrificed their lives without a second thought. And I would like to extend my most heartfelt gratitude to our law enforcement in doing that. Not a single drop of blood, not a single drop of sweat was lost in vain and will never be lost in vain. History is the biggest witness. History is the biggest referee. Just like this monument we officially opened today, we entrust all of our accomplishments in the praise and compliments of our nation, of our people, and in the judgment of the history. Our visions, which is a legacy for the year 2053-2071 that we will entrust in the youth, can only be strengthened with the objectives that we set forth for the centenary of our republic. Turkey will become undoubtedly one of the greatest economies, 10 of the greatest economies of the world, and we will become a beacon, a shining beacon of peace, prosperity, safety, and security in the world and in our region. We want to achieve our targets not only for ourselves, but also for all of our brothers and sisters around the world. With this understanding in mind, we are ready to rise up to the occasion, and we will continue this journey of democracy and economy along with our brothers and sisters around the world. I'm launching an appeal to all of our brothers and sisters around the world. Let's get together and let's build a future that is prosperous, that is safe and secure for each and every one of us. Come, let's finalize animosities and let's stop wars and eliminate pain and eliminate oppression and tyranny, and let's open the doors wide that will take us to love, peace, and solidarity and cooperation. Let's try to build a world all together which will give hope to the people, to the innocent, and to the oppressed and the feeble. And I would like to finish my words quoting the words of one of the greatest philosophers that these lands had ever seen, Yunus Emre. I haven't come here to fight. My only job is love. A friend lives in the hearts, and I'm here to build hearts. I'm here to warm hearts. Let's get acquainted. Let's make it easy. Let's love and be loved. This world will be for no one to enjoy till eternity. Yes, praise Allah, Istanbul Airport will bring people closer to one another, will make sure love is abundant, and will be auspicious for our country, for our region, and for the world. And I would like to once again thank everyone involved in the realization and the construction of this major project. I would like to congratulate the Consortium of Five. They never retrieved, they never surrendered, and in 42 months they have constructed this spectacular monument, but they are still not done. And I would like to thank all of our friends sharing our joy on this very August day. And I would like to congratulate the 95th anniversary of the founding of the Republic once again. I would like to salute you all with love and respect. And I would like to invite the members of the Consortia of Five on the podium. At the same time, I would like to invite the Speaker of the Parliament along with the Minister of Transportation.
Efendim İGA adına Sayın Cumhurbaşkanımıza açılışın anısına hediye takdim etmek.
We would like to invite Orhan Cemal Kalyoncu to present a plaquette on the occasion of this inauguration. Esteemed guests, we would like to also invite the heads of visiting states and governments, and also to their spouses to the podium for a family photo. For the prayer, the Director of Religious Affairs.
آمين. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. اللهم ألف بين قلوبنا وأصلح ذات بيننا واهدنا سبل السلام ونجنا من الظلمات إلى النور وجنبنا الفواحش ما ظهر منها وما بطن وبارك لنا في أسماعنا وأبصارنا وقلوبنا وأزواجنا وذرياتنا وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. Ya Rabbel Alemin, ve ya Erhamer Rahimin. Bizleri en güzel surette yarattın ve sayısız nimetlerle donattın. Sana sonsuz hamdü senalar olsun. Hamdimizi, şükrümüzü kabul eyle Allah'ım. Ya Rab, Kur'an-ı Hakîm'inde bizlerin yeryüzünün toprağından yarattığını bildiriyorsun ve yeryüzünü imar etme görevini bizlere veriyorsun. Bu büyük, muhteşem eseri yaparak yeryüzünün imarına katkı sağladık. Daha nice eserler yapmayı milletimize nasip eyle Allah'ım. Ya Rab, senin peygamberin Muhammed Mustafa buyuruyor ki, İnsanların en hayırlıları, insanlara faydalı olanlardır buyuruyor. Ya Rab, bu güzel eseri tüm insanlığın hizmetine hediye etmeyi milletimize nasip ettin. Sana sonsuz hamdü senalar olsun Allah'ım. Neslimize, zürriyetimize, ecdadından almış olduğu bu örneği, bu rol modeli yerine getirerek insanlığa daha nice eserler bırakmayı bizlere nasip eyle Allah'ım. Ya Rabbel Alemin, bu güzel eser yoluyla dünyanın en ücra köşelerine kadar insanların birbirlerini ziyaret etmelerine vesile olmuş olacağız. Sana hamdü senalar olsun. Bu iletişimi, bu ulaşımı sağladığımız gibi milletimizin sevgisini tüm insanlığın gönlünde yer etmesini nasip eyle Allah'ım. Denizlerin üzerinden köprülerle, denizlerin altından tünellerle kıtaları birleştirmeyi milletimize nasip eyledin. İnşallah bu gibi eserlerle insanlığa daha nice hizmet etmeyi bizlere nasip eyle Allah'ım. Ya Rab, bu eserin projesinden tamamlanmasına kadar işçilerinden mühendislerine, mimarlarına, bakanlarımızdan Cumhurbaşkanımıza, emeği geçen bütün emektarların geçmişlerinin ruhlarını şad eyle Allah'ım. Ya Rab, bizleri her türlü kazalardan, belalardan muhafaza eyle. Vatanımızı, milletimizi her türlü kötülüklerden, hainlerin ihanetinden ve düşmanların kurmuş oldukları tuzaklardan muhafaza eyle ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbel Alemin, dualarımızı fetekabbeleha rabbuha bi kabulin hasenen sırrına mazhar eyle. Şurada toplanmış ve amin diyen buradaki mümin kullarını burada topladığın gibi mahşer günü Resulullah Efendimizin Livaül Hamd isimli sancağı altında da toplanmayı bizlere nasip eyle Allah'ım. Sübhane Rabbike Rabbil İzzeti amma yasifun ve selamun alel murselin velhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. El Fatiha.
Cumhurbaşkanımız Sayın Abdullah Gül'ün de sahneye davetini rica ediyoruz.
Ben bir tane dizi seyrediyorum. Başka dizi yok. İzleyemezsin, internetten izliyorum.
Evet.
Evet, saygıdeğer konuklarımız, devlet başkanlarımız ve Sayın Cumhurbaşkanımız şu anda açılışı gerçekleştiriyor. Tarihi bir ana tanıklık ediyoruz hep birlikte.
Evet, hazır mıyız?
Yes, are we ready?
Ya Allah,
The 95th anniversary of the Republic of Turkey is being observed one more time, and we would like to thank all of our guests for sharing this special occasion with us. Have a good evening.